So I'm with Dylan Flashner and Barry Jay for Like Father, Like Son, a very, very interesting movie. And sometimes when people say interesting, that could be a negative connotation. Interesting because I really enjoyed the film. I'm just going to go right off right now with Barry. The editing was very interesting. Can you just talk about your choice as far as cutting the movie together? Because I think that's one of the big, greatest parts of this movie, the way it's edited.
Yes, Luke Daniels actually gets the credit for that. We were working with an editor who was good, but not stylish, and couldn't really bring to the table what we were looking for and what Luke was looking for also. And Ethan Maniquis works with Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez. Um, he's I told him when I met him that I just want to live in his head for like 1 week and just see what goes on in there. He did exactly what I was hoping for and what Luke was hoping for. It was told nonlinear. It was kept it interesting. The ways he cut from one thing to the rest and told the story in that nonlinear fashion. The first time I saw his rough cut, I just jaw dropped watching the whole thing because it
Yeah.
was brilliant. It was just brilliant.
Speaking of jaw dropping, Dylan, can you just talk about your character prepping for it and just without giving too much away, the journey that you go through and your character goes through? It's pretty amazing. It's pretty surreal, and I'm sure you were very pleased with the entire project.
Oh yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, I think it was one of those situations where I just really fell into this character early on in the process and really felt like I was connected. And we have a lot of similarities in a sense of just the way we handle situations and other things like that. And I've seen this character in my head before, and yeah, it was a dark situation. A little bit at times. I think that was the biggest challenge was to get into something like that. But Barry's such a great director in that sense that it made it easy for me to get there. And yeah, I really had fun.
As a viewer, you're pulling for your character and Ariel's character. What was the key for you guys as far as workshopping it and finding that connection? Because you guys go through a lot of dark places in this movie together.
Yeah, no, we definitely go through a lot of dark places together, and I think it's a testament to how close me and Barry were, and just we went through every single scene together the second that we got the script, and we were like, at what point is the character here, and what do we want to portray, what do we want people to see, and Barry had a vision, and not every director has a vision in terms of what they want. So it made it a lot easier for me to get there.
Barry, just talking about your vision, I mean, a lot of people, once they have a successful first career, they can pat themselves on the back and retire on that success. But you decided to really follow your dream. And I don't know what year it started, but I was reading one of your interviews and you wrote maybe 21 scripts over a period of several years. What was that moment for you like, and realizing that, hey, I'm not going to take that easy road that I've really worked hard for and just going to go on the road less traveled?
I've always been a believer in the road less traveled and the little engine that could. So, it's honestly, it's like I did not have a choice. The entire time I was with Barry's boot camp to begin with, and then just Barry's. Being a writer had never left me, and when I would go home, I'd write, whether it was songs or scripts, and, it just, a writer writes. So pursuing it seriously after I retired, I mean, I don't know if any of you ever retired or whatnot, but I retired at like 55. And I was like, I've got energy. I've got this. I'm going to do this now. I've retired and now I should do it, like full force. So, and I did. So I made a few movies on my own, and some with Jim Clark, who's a producer, sent him the script. And then the rest is history. And I believe those 3 films I made on my own what really helped me get the trust to make Like Father, Like Son.
Dylan, do you share in that sort of journey? Because you're a veteran actor as well. Is there something that you can take from Barry's journey as far as an inspirational thing for you? And especially, you're not on the outside looking in. You're working with him as a partner on this project.
Yeah, I mean, Barry's extremely inspirational. I mean, his work ethic is just bar none one of the greatest things I've ever seen. One thing about Barry that I just truly love is the way he treats other people. And one thing that my career I think has flourished because of it is the way I treat other people as well. Um, I think creating relationships in this business is so important, and Barry does a great job of doing that. And it's just one of those things where you look up to certain people throughout the time that learn throughout a business like this, and Barry's one of them. So yeah, I just appreciate people that just are themselves
Yeah.
unapologetically.
Yeah, and on that note, Barry, I was going through your IG, and one of just the quote that really stuck with me is, and I'm paraphrasing, you posted a quote about someone saying, "You have to write your own story. Don't let anyone take that pen away from you." And I think, unfortunately, as individuals, it's hard to do that. It's a very rare case when you get to write your own story. When did you decide that you were going to write your own story and not let anyone else take that pen away from you? And I think that really feeds into this film because it's a very singular type of movie, which it felt to me like no compromises. So, yeah.
Well, when I'm sitting alone in a dark room and a candle lit and writing, like at 12 midnight or 1 in the morning, like, that nobody wants my pen. And and I'm just a believer in like I come from the school of I didn't go to film school. Tarantino is my film school. Films are my film school. Martin Scorsese is my film school. John Carpenter is my film school. So, I watched movies over and over, and I got from them. Ron Howard actually on a masterclass said you've got to hear everybody, but at the very end of the day, listen to yourself. So when I wrote it, and it was there it is, done, turned it in. After that, you got to share the pen. You just got to share the pen. There's a lot of wonderful creative people, and I didn't write the perfect script that can't be touched. Or, there's a save as for a reason. There's a delete button for a reason. And everybody on board, they didn't want to rip it apart. They wanted to make it as fine-tuned as possible. Once you have, like Dylan on board, and we started meeting regularly to discuss his character and his motivations, and and dialogues would change, and there was one entire kill that left, and I agree it should have left, but it wasn't there, and now it's not. So it really is. It takes a village. It really takes a village, and it takes somebody like a DP and a great editor to really help show and tell the story. Once we've all shared that pen.
Thank you guys so much for your time. Really enjoyed the film.
Oh, thank you so much. Really
Thank you so much, Greg.
All right. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. For more movie and television reviews and interviews, please subscribe to my Deepest Dream channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, thanks so much for your support. Take care.